In life, I've been blessed many times to go back on pilgrimage to a place I've already been before. And on this trip, I got to return to the Cathedral Basilica in St. Louis, Missouri. This cathedral is absolutely fabulous. I remember the first time I went here, I was staying at a hotel in St. Louis, and I saw that it had a cathedral, and so I wanted to go to it. And in the little binder at the hotel, it said that it was one of the world's largest mosaic designs. And I thought, in St. Louis? And then I went for Mass, and I remember going for Mass and having to leave right after Mass, and I remember thinking, oh man, I can't believe how incredible those mosaics were. Like, I want to go back and be able to see it again. Well, God blessed me, and I was able to make a pilgrimage again, and then this time I was able to go with my best friend and her son, as we were able to go on for the celebration of Holy Mass, as well as to receive the sacrament of reconciliation. This cathedral has over 83,000 square feet of mosaics. It has 41 million mosaic tiles. So we're talking, as you look, all these images throughout this beautiful basilica literally are mosaics. We see mosaics that tie in Old Testament and New Testament scriptures. It also brings in the saints from the United States, as well as the saints that were major players coming to this for the United States. The cathedral is known as St. Louis, for St. Louis, the King of France, and so it's done in the French style. So we see when you come in the entryway, there's this beautiful mosaic showing all the different ways that why he is a saint, on how he lived a virtuous life, and how he lived his position for the good of the church and good for promoting the kingdom of God. There's side chapels, side altars, just absolutely gorgeous. So if you ever are in St. Louis, I want to encourage you to go. But what was most important was actually a homily that was given by a deacon. This is a transitional deacon that will be ordained a priest at the end of this month, I believe. And one of the things he said was how blessed he was that he got to spend his transitional diaconate year here at the cathedral. And he said, as beautiful as this cathedral is, it can't compare to a single person. And so often we see things and we think that they're important or they're special or they're expensive. But it's important for us to always remember the dignity of the person and what is their value and what is their worth. I know sometimes I can get distracted as I get focused on what I need to do, and I neglect focusing on the person. A really powerful image for me is that you are standing on holy ground. God told Moses to remove the sandals from his feet because he stood on holy ground. And for me, what is that holy ground? Yes, it's these sacred churches and pilgrimage sites that I'm going to. But that holy ground is the people that we encounter. And some of these images that you're seeing right now, these are some of the saints. So it was awesome to see St. Rose Philippine, to see St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, to see St. Cabrini, as well as some of the saints that came. And then I love how the mosaics also show some of the early people that really helped grow the faith. Always baptismal fonts are one of my favorite things to find in a church. Throughout the history of this mosaic design, different artists contributed to it. And so you see different styles all throughout the cathedral. So that's a real neat kind of feature to be able to see and to kind of take a look. So I really would encourage you, if you're ever in the St. Louis area, to make a point to come for the celebration of Mass. But give yourself time to walk around and to pray. Seeing the images and the scriptures that are there through the holy sacred art that they give in the mosaics. But how is God speaking to you? How is God inviting you to grow deeper with Him, to grow into more intimacy with Him? In the basement of the Cathedral Basilica is a small museum, and the museum is free, and you can go and you can see some of the things that are kept there, what we would call the treasuries. That there is one of the old confessionals, which I had the blessing of going. And this image is one showing the bird feeding her children. It's a powerful image that you see quite often in the church and quite often used in church design. It's a way to remind us that Holy Mother Church feeds us as her children. So this is down in the basement. It shows JP2's visit to St. Louis, as well as some of the artifacts used during that time. It also shows what a bishop would have looked like in the early days in the church. You can also see the progress of the mosaic work happening. And then, of course, one of the things I love is the large books that were hand printed for the large choir, because, printing press is kind of a new thing. I love this clipping showing that it's called the Rome of the West. And of course, we spend our time in prayer, Mass, lighting a candle in prayer for those that we love, and confession. So if you're ever in the area, make a point to come to St. Louis Basilica Cathedral in St. Louis, Missouri. God bless.